The first few days of 2024 have not been very positive for global cues, and for a year that ended in such an upswing in 2023, the mood has soured fairly quickly. But why is this happening? That's what I'm going to attempt to break down for you. So the biggest and I would say the most recent factor is the Fed minutes. Now remember, this was the same Fed meeting after which markets touched new highs all over the world, because there was something called a dot plot which tells you what all the Fed members are thinking about, that indicated at least 0.75% cut in interest rates in 2024. So that's the upside. But now comes the minutes, and that's the important part, because you get a more clearer and detailed idea of what the Fed is thinking. And this has been a bit of a wet blanket. Why? Because it talks about the timing of a rate cut if and when it comes. It qualifies that there will be a rate cut only if economic indicators permit. There's no clear guarantee, and it's not clear when that time will come. In fact, one Fed member went as far as to make a statement saying that if the data says it's required, there could also be a rate increase. So that's factor number one, a Fed reality check of sorts coming in the global markets. The second very big factor is what's happening in the Red Sea. Now, as we closed off 2023, it seemed like things were under control. Yemen-backed Houthi militants were attacking ships, vessels, containers going through the Red Sea, but then you had this US-led alliance which was going to sort everything out. It's not really worked. The attacks have continued with missiles, with drones, and now you have at least 18 global carriers who are saying we are not going to use this route. You have the United States government making pretty aggressive statements saying that we will ensure this ends and those who are doing this will pay the price. Now, what does that mean? Is that going to be a spread of the conflict going on in the Middle East is the big question, because remember, ostensibly the Houthi rebels are doing this to stop the situation in Gaza and Israel's ground operations in Gaza. So all of that is linked. In the middle of this, there have been a couple of blasts in Iran, and Iran is immediately blaming Israel and the US for it. So all of this has caused crude prices to go up and concerns of another escalation of a global crisis coming to the fore. Now, these are some of the factors that we need to watch out for in the days to come, because they could really bring down the mood in January 2024.